So the monitor is on now. The CPU fan is running, and we're gonna press F2. So it is detecting 2 keyboards, 1 mouse. It did detect the SATA drive. Let's see here what's going on. Okay, so we are in our BIOS menu. So this is where we're going to do some settings. But before we do any of that, we're going to go into advanced mode. We're going to look for, let's see, we need to update this. So let's go to advanced. You can see the date on the BIOS menu is an older date. So let's see. I'm looking for ways to update this. Okay, so we go into the easy flash utility. Okay, here we go. So we went into the advanced mode, and then we go into the easy. Within the advanced mode, again, we click on the advanced and then tools, and then we are here. And what we want to do here is update this via internet. So we click on that. We click next. And so this, it says, system would reboot, and we just want to click yes. So it's going to reboot a few times. So this may take a few minutes. So we'll come back to it when it's done. Okay, so it looks like it is updated. I'm going to try one more time because I see here it says Flash Utility v3.0 version 0605. So I'm going to try this one more time here. Do next. Okay, here we go. It didn't do the first time. So I'm going to please select the internet connection type. I am not sure, so I'm going to try the first one because it's not wireless. So let's try this one and see what happens.
There should be blue light.
Yeah, so right now it is doing something. So let's see what happens. Okay, so we are just trying to figure out, here we go. It says, do you want to download the file? You say yes. You can see it is downloading. Okay, so once it's done, we'll come back and go through the BIOS setting. Okay, so it downloaded the latest version. So you can see the date here. It's from January 2021. It's asking, do we want to update it? So let's click yes. I'm not sure how long this may take, but you can see the progress bar on the bottom here, bottom of the screen. So I'm assuming it's going to take a few minutes. So we'll come back when it's done. Okay, so looks like the BIOS was updated. So you can see here, it says it's the version 2801, which is from 2021. It's also recognizing our CPU. It's the 8th generation i3, and it's also showing a memory stick. So see, it says 8192 megabytes. So that's what we had. And it says DDR4. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and do some settings in the BIOS to make sure it is set up correctly for a mining rig to operate. So there's other information that you can see here, which we won't go into, but we can certainly, that could be a different video. We can go into other BIOS settings. Okay, so I'm going to go into the advanced mode here first. Okay, Shona? And then I'm going to go into, let's see here, advanced again. And then I'm going to go into system configuration. So you can see here it says system agent configuration. So I'm going to go in there. Okay. This is a very important setting. So then you can see it says DMI OPI. You go in there, and it says, so you can see it says the max link speed. It says auto. What we want to do here is change that to Gen 2. And this is something we'll have to see. We may have to, it's a bit of a trial and error. If Gen 2 doesn't work, we may have to go in here and maybe try Gen 1. So that's one setting. Then we're going to go back. Go to advanced again. Let's see, how do we go back? Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna go to PEG port, which is the next one. Click on that. Okay, so here again, this is an important setting. So in the PEG port, you can see it says PCI 16 and then 16, because we have two PCI 16 slots on the motherboard. Those are the long ones there. And what we want to do here is also change it to Gen 2. So we're going to do Gen 2. Gen 2. Again, if Gen 2 doesn't work, we have to come back here and maybe try Gen 1. Okay, so then we're going to go back. Let's just make sure that it's saving it. So, yep, it says Gen 2 here. Okay, good. It says in the PEG port. Okay, it's Gen 2. Okay. Then we're going to go into our, let's see what this one is. Okay, that's fine. I don't see PCH configuration. Okay. Let's see. Graphic configuration. Okay. I don't see PCH. Okay. Maybe that doesn't apply anymore. Just double check here. I just see PEG and PEG. Okay. Okay. So in my notes I had, when I was looking at the videos online, there was supposed to be a PCH setting. I don't see that in our BIOS, so maybe that's part of the updates where maybe that's not applicable. Okay, so then we're going to go into the onboard device, which should be, let's see, where is onboard device here? So we're going to go back to the advanced. Okay, here it is, PCH. Okay, so that was a system agent. We're going to go into the PCH. And same thing here, you can see PCI Express configuration, change PCI speed. Okay, that's fine. We don't have the speed here. Okay, here we go, under PCI Express configuration. So we have PCI speed, it says auto. So let's do Gen 2. Okay. So now that we've done that, we're going to go into onboard device configuration, which is right here. So let's do that. And here, you're going to go under, let's see, system. Okay, we're going to go to these are the M.2 ports. We don't have to change this just yet, but when we do add our 7th and 8th GPU, we want to change this to a PCI mode. So you can see it says auto, SATA, and PCI, and same thing here. So that was this one. We'll have to figure out what the X2 and X4 are, but definitely on the M.1. Okay, so no changes here. Let's go back. Okay, so then we're going to go into the APM configuration next, right here. And what we're going to do here is restore AC power loss. So what this is that if, let's say for some reason there's a power loss, and if you're not home or even if you are, we want the rig to start automatically. So see, right now it says power off. So we're going to change that to power on. So what that means is whenever we lose power and it comes back, the machine is going to boot itself up and help us, the rig to start automatically. Okay, so then we're going to go back, and then we're going to go in the boot configuration tab, which is up right here. And here, we're going to go under system agent configuration. So let's see where that is. I don't see that here. So let's go to boot configuration. Okay, I don't see that here as well. Okay, so let's go to boot tab. And again, sometimes as we update these BIOS, things move around. So I'm going to go back to the advanced. And I'm going to go into the system agent configuration. Because that's what in the older BIOS, it was under the boot tab. So I'm going to go there. And this is one of the most important setting, which is the above 4G decoding. And this one, see it says disabled. We're going to enable this. Of all the settings, this is the most important one from what I understand for this to work as a mining rig, is to change the 4G decoding. We want to enable that. Okay. And then we're going to go to back. We'll go back to the boot. Okay. And here, let's see. When there's a power loss, see it says next boot after power loss, it says normal. We want to do maybe a fast boot. So again, as much time as we can save, so that we can spend all the time mining. So I'm going to change that to fast boot. And then there is, let's see if there's anything more here. Okay, I think that's it. So again, majority of the settings were the advanced. We went under the system agent configuration, we enabled it. We went under the DMI, we did Gen 2. Went under the PEG port configuration, we did both of them Gen 2. We went back, we went under PCH, and under PCI Express, it's Gen 2. And then I think we also went under Apm configuration. So we went under onboard device configuration, and this is only when we need the 7th and the 8th GPU to leverage the M.2 port. And then we went under Apm configuration, about power loss, and I think that should be it. So let's save and exit. So let's see, where do we, okay, so let's save changes. So I don't see a tab for save changes. So I'm gonna, let's see, do we see save changes anywhere? Okay, let me see what happens when I do exit. Okay, here we go. Under exit, it says save changes. Let's click on that, see what happens. So it says save and reset. So it's kind of summarizing all the different changes we have done. Let me go back 1 second. Is there any other? So discard changes. Okay, so that's the option for us, is save changes. So above 4G is enabled. We've changed our PCI links to Gen 2. As you can see here, power loss on and fast boot. So let's hit OK. Okay, so that's it for the BIOS setting. What we're going to do next is install Windows. So I have already created a USB install or a bootable Windows drive. There are several links online, and I can certainly put that in this video if you don't know how to create a bootable Windows disk. Okay, so we're gonna do that next. So we'll come back to that in a second.